Hello, my friend. Welcome back to the Haunted Haven. It's good to see you here again. And if for some reason you have happened upon this video and this is your first introduction to the Haven, what an interesting one to happen upon. My name is Julian. This is a channel that has been about seasonality, and it's been largely centered around like shopping and retail and Halloween. And I'm recently coming to realize that that's not really making me happy. So I'm under some sort of a change here. This channel is under some sort of a change. This is a changing place. We have some other things to discuss today. My friends who've been here before, in my last video, I brought up how I'm having a difficult time getting into the Christmas spirit this year and celebrating the seasonality of Christmas. And I think in that last video I was feeling like I was half in, half out, trying to get there, trying to get jolly for y'all and keep it light in here and keep it festive, right? And I want to deliver for you. I want to make this a place that is relaxing and joyful and sweet, and where you get to come and you get to rest and relax and have fun. And I still do want all of that, but I just, frankly, I can't get into the Christmas spirit this year. I can't get into the holiday spirit. I can't do that this year. It's because of what is happening in Palestine right now. It's because so many people are suffering so greatly right now. It feels wrong to me to make any sort of content that's about like celebration and like, I guess I'll just say, I've been thinking about that video that I was going to make for everybody about the movies, the Christmas movies and their candle pairings. And like that sounds like a really fun video to make. And on the flip side, like every time I've thought about making it, I just am kind of like, like I don't know. It just feels weird. It feels off to me this year. It feels bizarre to have any sort of like, to want to escape into that. I guess that's what I'm saying. It feels kind of like, for me, escaping into Christmas in years past has been like, okay, you know what, we live really hard lives. We're all stressed. We're all really stressed out, struggling, not like living our best, you know? And sometimes, maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but Christmas is that place where I get to go into frivolity. Christmas is the place where I get to go into silliness. Sorry, my camera cut out at a very convenient place. But what I was saying is, yes, it just seems like a place where I can go into silliness and frivolity and kind of get away and escape. And that's kind of what the Haven is sometimes too. For me, it's an escape to things that are simple, candles and candle collecting, holiday stuff. Going into a Home Goods during the Halloween season is a huge checkout, but I think it's really time for me to get serious about what these habits actually mean for the environment, what they actually mean for my overall state and mental health and our overall state and mental health, and what's happening in Palestine this year. It really feels to me like it feels wrong to ignore it. It feels wrong to pretend it's not going on for the sake of checking out and having, you know, Christmas time celebrations. And I think another thing that's really on my mind is that Christmas is canceled in Bethlehem and Jerusalem, and by the Christian Palestinians. That they have said that they're not going to be doing their traditional like big celebrations. And certainly not to say that you need to be Christian to celebrate Christmas, but I find that really significant and important that their people are suffering this badly this year. And it feels, I think, strange personally to me to be in a state of celebration and ignoring that, whilst they are all saying, you know what, it's just not right this year. It's just not appropriate. So that's where my head's at with all of this. I just wanted to do another check-in because in my last video I was saying, yeah, we can still do this, we can still do that, and we can still kind of have a Christmas celebration. And I just am feeling at this point like my heart's not there, my heart is not in it. It's just not into it. The flip side of that is that I don't want to just like abandon what I'm doing here. I don't want to abandon you as a community. And so I do want to just check in with you guys around. So originally I had done a plan to do another live with you guys based on the last Halloween live that we did. And I think we had loose plans of maybe doing a Christmas live. And so my question to you is a Christmas live something that you still want to do? I'm still happy to be in community with you and be a presence. A thing that I'm thinking of, let me check out my notes here. A thing that I'm thinking about also doing is, instead of like a traditional like Fadira Christmas live, I was thinking that we could do something that's more like along the lines of Yule. And the concept of Yule is actually, I think, really relevant and pertinent to what's going on. And it's similar to the Christ story and Christmas. It's about the coming of the light. And so we could do, I have this little book here, this little book of Yule, and I could do some perusing in this and find some, let me back up and say why Yule and not Christmas. Yule is, or Yuletide is about a celebration of like the seasonality, the coming of the light. And I think there's a way to do it that can be intentional. And it could also be intentional about like, what's my role in bringing light back to the world? With all of this chaos, with all of this horror, where can I really look to bring something of the light that's in me out into the world? And I mean, I can get fully behind that in this period. I think we all have a role to play in bringing light back to the world. And so I would be happy to do a live where we are talking about that. You know, to make it fun, we could even have Haven Marley. Haven Marley could do some, he could do some lessons learned in life from not living life well and not bringing light back. Another thought that I had was we could repurpose the Yankee Candle Bayberry tradition. Sorry, not Yankee Candle. It's the Bayberry tradition. I just happen to have my Yankee candles. But yeah, we could repurpose this tradition to be about, normally this is about burn one to bring luck and prosperity to yourself. We could repurpose this tradition to be about, let's bring prosperity, let's bring equality, let's bring joyful, healthy living to the world, and really focusing and meditating on what can I do as a person, or how can I contribute to my community to help make that a better place. And really, I think the more people that we have ruminating on this question and thinking about this, I think that would bring about change. And I know that that probably sounds really silly. Some of this probably sounds really woo-woo, but honestly, I'm at this point where I'm like, I'm either contributing to the mess, and capitalism is part of that, consumerism is part of that, or trying to do something that feels a little bit more in line. So I guess that's what I'm saying right now. And I don't know if any of this is coming out right. I'm really speaking off the cuff here. You know, I mean, I normally am, but I feel like I'm speaking to you in a way that I really never have. And I'm trying to level with you and reintroduce myself to you as somebody who's really kind of concerned. And of course, I still care about all the things that I cared about before, but it feels like now is the time to start taking things seriously again, you know? And I realize that maybe in saying all of this, some of you are going to be like, this is not the place for me anymore. This person's gone off the deep end, or like, is just not speaking my language. And I think that if that's the case, like, totally, I'm not holding anybody here who's not going to have a good time here. It's still a haven, so I still want this to feel like something that's for you. So if it's not for you anymore, I just want to say thank you so much for being around, for every like, every comment that you left on a video so far. That's support and that's community, and that means a lot to me. And so even if this is no longer the place for you, it does mean a lot to me that you were here at all, so thank you. And for anybody else who is still interested in sticking around, yeah, I would just really enjoy it if you could help me to conceptualize what a Yule gathering, what a holiday gathering, it's still respectful of what's happening in the world. It still acknowledges that we're in a dark, dark place. We are in a dark place. We're in trouble, right? And acknowledges that and says, there's the coming of the light to be celebrated. There's the coming of the light to be brought about. There's the coming of the light to be invoked. And how can we do that? So those are my thoughts. This is wildly scary. This is wildly, wildly scary. I feel like I could probably lose a good amount of subscribers But it's like I said, I feel like you only get one chance to live, and you have to be yourself, right? Like you have to be who you are. And right now, this is who I am. So if it means that I'm not popular, that's okay. We can work with that. I've been not popular for a long time. All right, guys. Well, reach out to me in the comments. Let me know. Do you still want a do you still want a Yule Christmas holiday, gathering? Does the Yuletide or the Bayberry repurposing or whatever speak to you? We can even throw in some Yankee or some Kringle just for fun, just for a little bit of fun. We can figure that out. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you listening to my rambling, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Thank you so much. Bye.